rummaging, 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 rummaging through. Sorry, this is a fidget I'm using in our next video. I'm going to be rummaging through some eyeshadow palettes and giving you absolutely random information about them, talking about their texture, the colors, going through their age, as you can tell, and I have some makeup brushes. I'm going to be just going through and doing a little bit of brushing on you. So with that being said, we'll get started in a moment, but Helix Karuna is in town and she'd like to tell you a little bit about getting better sleep. Hey family, tonight's video is once again and proudly sponsored by Helix. Helix Sleep makes premium mattresses and bedding customized to fit your needs and conveniently shipped directly to your door. I've been working with Helix for years now and for excellent reasons too. Helix mattresses are chemical and fiberglass free with free shipping in the US and 10-year warranty. Helix's unique sleep quiz will match you to your perfect mattress by using information such as your sleep positions and firmness preferences and come ready to set up and ready to sleep. I recently switched from my Helix Moonlight Luxe to my Helix Twilight Luxe, and I really can't say enough good things about it. Its medium firmness supports my bad back, and since upgrading to Helix's Glacio cooling text cover, I've been sleeping beautifully through these hot months. And Helix offers a 100-night sleep trial, so if you're feeling uneasy purchasing right away, that gives you over 3 months to make sure that you love it. They also offer flexible payment plans and financing options, just in case you need a little bit extra support, and we know Helix has you covered on that. And right now, you can click the link in my description or go to helixsleep.com/Karuna for 20% off your Helix mattress plus 2 free pillows. Thank you so much, Helix, for sponsoring tonight's video, and with that being said, let's just get right into it. Okay, so let's go through the first palette. I think I'm gonna go with the Too Faced Semi-Sweet Chocolate Bar Palette. This palette is what seems to be a metal type case, and honestly, most of my palettes are about 2 years old, except for the most recent ones, which are 3 of those. I have many in here. So this one doesn't have a brush. However, let's get one of our makeup brushes. I'll go with this one. If you are a Harry Potter fan, you'll notice these are the wands that many of the characters had in the series. I got these on Amazon for probably $6.99 for 14 of them. But let's focus on the palette. So, what I like about this palette, I like the glitter colors. However, I think they are very, very light on the eye, and me being a very light-skinned, pale person, very, very pale, with cool undertones, using these don't really show up as they would on someone with dark skin. So I focus on more darker matte colors, which I really like this one here. It's called Caramel. It's called Caramel. And I was going to just go ahead and apply a little bit on you, very gently, gently, gently. Do you mind if I do that? Okay, cool. Let's apply Caramel. Okay, so you don't really have to close your eyes. I'm just applying it right here on the outer corners. Okay, so some other colors are Bonbon. I really like Bonbon. I like Puddin' right here. I like Blueberry Swirl. 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 And I really like Frosting, so this is a nice palette. It is scented, meaning ultimately it's going to contain some chemicals. I'm not sure if Too Faced is vegan. If I'm wrong, please correct me, but it's magnetic. And I actually use Too Faced's bronzer, which is also the smell of chocolate. I really enjoy the smell of chocolate. Let's move on to our next palette, speaking of candy. And this one's more recent. It's a little bit into the end of last year. And this is my Candy Castle Colourpop Candyland collab. Colourpop Candyland collab. Colourpop Candyland collab. Colourpop. It's Colourpop Candyland collab. And the texture, I think it's a very hard cardboard. Something between cardboard and plastic. I love that little fidget. Cardboard and plastic, and I got the pretty much entire collection. It came with glitter, lip gloss, lipsticks based on the Candyland characters, and again, this is Colourpop. So, upon opening, I did use some of it. There's a mirror. All of these have dust. Dust. Dust in the wind. I'm not singing because I'm not going to embarrass myself today. I really like these colors, although I stated previously. Oh, that's what fell. A whole color came out, but that's okay. We'll focus on that later when I'm cleaning. I'm gonna go ahead, pick a wand brush. And again, if you're a fan of Harry Potter, go ahead and comment the wand below. So, this one, this is the one I used last time, isn't it? Let's choose a different one. This one's nice, and I feel like it'll go well with glitter. This is a very famous wand. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you the colors. So I really like Cravings. It's the white one. I really like Lord Licorice. Lord Licorice. Lord Licorice. 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 I like Plumpy. I like all of these. So let's go ahead and I'm going to put the color. Let's gently, gently, gently put on Plumpy. So I'm going to, or we can do Grandma Nut, or there's Candyland, which I think is a little bit, like I said, too light. I think your skin is absolutely radiant. It's beautiful. You are an absolutely gorgeous, glowing human. Or pet, if you're watching. But I'm going to stick with Plumpy here. So let's do the Colourpop Candyland collection. I'm going to gently apply Plumpy. Okay, coming in, a little bit of glitter. Go ahead and close your eyes for this one. I'm just going to that. Okay, and let's switch. We'll do this one as well. We might have some repeats. Go ahead and comment down below which one this is. And why don't we try to mix with Plumpy? We'll do Candyland for this one. I'll just pat it on the inner corners of your lids right here, okay? So go ahead and close your eyes. Close your eyes. Okay, let's go ahead and pat. A little bit too much palette. Pat. Okay, pat. Very good. Okay. So let's switch palettes here. Why don't we do something smaller? Let's focus on this one. It kind of goes with the theme of the brushes. And this is the She Glam Harry Potter collection. And this is definitely made with some kind of faux leather, something like that. Texture is relatively thick. And this came in the influencer box. This was the Slytherin, Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, and Ravenclaw. They each came in this size with 4 colors. It came with a potion set that were lip glosses and a cauldron that was a lip mask. So, came in a nice box that said, "Have you seen this wizard?" And pretty sure that was based off of Order of the Phoenix. I'm not sure, but opening it, I was sorted into Gryffindor. That's my house. Initially, I was a Slytherin, but apparently everybody thought otherwise, so I took the test again and it was a Gryffindor. And these colors are very beautiful. It has the colors are very shoddy. They're very gritty, but the production is very beautiful. The presentation of the items, and that's usually what collectors want. They just want something to show off their collection. So why don't we do a little bit of highlight this time? We'll focus right under the eyes with the color Daring. The 4 colors are Daring, Bravery, Determination, and Courage. Again, each house has their traits, and that's what they base the colors off of. So The brush I'll be using for that, another very well-known brush. And I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to fan a little bit of dairy. You can see the fallout as well. Very quick, very quick. Not necessarily a bad thing, but probably best that this is used as highlighter. So I'm going to come in and just, can you go like this for me? I'm going to go right up here on your cheekbones. Say never blow on any of your makeup because you're basically putting bacteria. However, it is what it is. I'm going to go through and show you one or two more palettes. This one is one of my favorites. It's older, but it's a collector's keeper. It's actually a trapper keeper, and it is the Morphe Lisa Frank 35B Trapper Keeper palette. So it's the little tiger, and this is made with a hard cardboard plastic as well. It is holographic. It's very pretty. And I don't think I've used but a few of these colors for Halloween last year. Okay, and opening it up. It's magnetic. And we have all of these very pretty colors. Very pretty. Super bright. Super shimmer. More matte than shimmer in my opinion, which I really like because again, I used a few of these for Halloween last year when doing myself and my children's costumes. You know what? I think that I'm thinking of a different palette. In fact, this looks very unused. So I think I'm thinking of another unfortunate palette, James Charles. But this was a very long time ago, and I'm not throwing away my makeup palette after I paid for it. So this is an unused Lisa Frank, and the colors are very beautiful. And do you mind if I put on my first color on you? So some of my favorite colors are Ballerina Bunnies, Playtime Kittens, Princess Pearls, Sunflower, Hunter, Saturn Sunday, Roxy and Roly. I like this one the best. You're gonna be covered in colors when you leave. I only have one more palette to show you, but is that okay if I do this one? Okay. Let's go through. And this is really cute too. It gives a little description. Color your world. It was a magical day when Morphe met Lisa Frank. Things like that. So some of the only ones I have left are the ones we've already used. I'm going to go ahead and stick with this one. Just give it a brush off here. Sorry for moving you. Hopefully I move you in a good way. But let's go ahead and do Roxy and Roly. Okay, I'm just going to come in now. And if we have a little bit of space left, just a little bit, I'm going to go in and just do, you can keep your eyes open for this one. I'm focusing mainly on the outer of the brow, kind of giving you a blend of all of these colors. And over here. over here. Good. But this is such a pretty palette. I was confusing a Lisa Frank palette with a James Pritchard Charles. Sorry about that. Let's go to our last palette, which this one I know is years old. And that one is the Nubian by Juvia's Place. And a lot of these palettes are made the same. They're, you know, the hard cardboard. But every once in a while, you pay a little more for the design. However, I do love this brand. Their colors are so vibrant. And absolute beautiful texture, easy going on the eyes or wherever you choose. Because their shadows are so prominent, someone with really pale skin like myself can only use a little bit. So a lot of these are unused. However, I did use this color right here. And it's not necessarily saying, but I do like how the back says it's a cruelty-free product. So why don't I use my favorite color, since we already used a lighter color, and I'll put it in the middle of your lid to give you a super nice texture. Let's go ahead and we'll use this one right here. Very nice, very pretty, very pretty, 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 pretty. And I'm gonna go ahead and just come in. Go ahead and close your eyes. I'm just going to pat, 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 pat. Pat, 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 pat. Pat, 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 pat. Very, very pretty. This is probably the most prominent, despite being a lighter color. You'd think that the darker ones would show up, but this palette is probably my most vibrant. And one honorable mention, which I'm not going to be testing on you today, and funny enough, the other palette, because this came in a set, it was the e.l.f. Dunkin' Donuts palette, and it's very plastic, very cheap, but I'm telling you now, these are one of my favorites. My other one inside is missing almost all the colors. It's only a 4 palette, but the other one I didn't want to bring out here because you don't want to see that mess, but very, very pretty, pretty, pretty. Very glittery, shimmery colors, whereas the one I'm using now is matte. Matte, matte, matte. So, with that being said, thank you so much for letting me practice and apply, practice and gently, 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 gently apply eyeshadow on you today while I over-explain the palette. I hope that you have a wonderful sleep, and repeat if necessary. And if nobody's told you today, I love you with all of my person, and I'll see you this week, family.